What would you do if you found yourself face to face with a cursed doll said to ruin lives with just a glare? This isn't a scene from a horror movie, this is the chilling reality of Robert the Doll. Why has this unassuming, life-sized doll terrified generations of people? Why do visitors to its museum in Key West, Florida, leave trembling, some even claiming their lives were turned upside down after meeting him? Robert Eugene Otto, a young boy in the early 1900s, was the first to encounter Robert's wrath. But was it all just a child's imagination, or was there something far more sinister at play? Set in the sunny yet eerie town of Key West, this story begins in a Victorian mansion shrouded in whispers of curses and supernatural events. It all started over a century ago, but the horrors surrounding Robert the Doll continue to haunt people to this day. Let's unravel the truth behind this malevolent figure, but tread carefully. Some believe even hearing his story might invite bad luck. The story begins in 1904, when the doll was given as a gift to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto, or Gino's called. The doll, nearly the size of a small child, was handmade, dressed in a sailor suit, and had a peculiar, lifelike appearance. Some say the doll was a gift from a disgruntled servant who practiced voodoo, seeking revenge on the Otto family. Gene was immediately enchanted by the doll, naming it after himself and treating it as a friend. But soon, the line between childhood imagination and reality began to blur. Servants in the Otto household reported hearing Gene speaking to the doll and an unfamiliar, guttural voice responding. Objects would mysteriously break, and Gene would blame the doll. At first, his parents dismissed these incidents as harmless pranks. But then, Robert started to move. Guests at the Otto home reported seeing the doll's expression change its lifeless eyes, seemingly tracking them as they moved. The family's nights became sleepless, filled with the sound of faint laughter and the patter of tiny footsteps echoing through the halls. One night, Gene's mother awoke to find her son screaming in terror. When she rushed into his room, she found furniture overturned, toys scattered, and Gene trembling in his bed. The boy pointed at the doll, claiming it had done everything. The doll was eventually locked in the attic, but that didn't stop the chaos. Neighbors swore they saw the doll peering out of the attic window, its head slowly turning to follow them as they passed. Others heard strange noises coming from the house even when no one was home. When Gene inherited the family home as an adult, he brought Robert back into his life. His wife, however, wanted nothing to do with the doll. It's said that Robert caused rifts in their marriage, and many believe Gene's obsession with the doll stemmed from something far darker: possession. After Gene's death in 1974, the house was sold, and Robert was donated to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West. But his story didn't end there. Museum staff began noticing unexplained phenomena. Lights flickered, objects were moved, and some even claimed to hear faint giggles. Visitors reported feeling uneasy, as if Robert's gaze pierced straight into their souls. Here's the catch: if you visit Robert, you must ask for his permission before taking a photo. Those who fail to show respect often report disastrous consequences: car accidents, job losses, illnesses, and inexplicable tragedies. The museum's walls are lined with letters from people begging Robert for forgiveness, apologizing for disrespecting him, and pleading for the curse to be lifted. But is Robert truly cursed? Some skeptics argue that the stories are fueled by paranoia and the power of suggestion. After all, can a doll really move or manipulate events? Yet others point to undeniable evidence: the checked footage showing Robert shifting slightly in his glass case, the thousands of curse letters written by desperate visitors, and the eerie reports of unexplained events surrounding him. One museum employee swears they locked the exhibit one night, only to return the next morning and find Robert's case wide open. Was it a mistake or something else? And then there's Gene himself. Some say he confided in friends that Robert wasn't just a doll, he was a vessel for something inhuman. But if that's true, who or what is controlling Robert? Whether you believe in curses or not, Robert the Doll has cemented his place as one of the most infamous haunted objects in history. The legend continues to grow, fueled by the chilling accounts of those brave or foolish enough to cross his path. So, would you dare to visit him? And if you did, would you remember to ask for his permission before snapping a photo? They say Robert is always watching, so choose your next move wisely. If you found this story spine-chilling, don't stop here. Check out my next video on the most haunted places in the world, where we'll uncover even more terrifying tales. Click the link on your screen now if you dare.